Well, Jordan, all I have to say is you, my friend, are the epitome of the person I hate. Did you know that?
In what way?
You and Chad.
I mean, I know that's true
I'm gonna be
in
actually
a variety of ways, but I need you to elaborate on exactly why you're telling me that right now.
You both are single.
Can I have that?
You
Correct.
I was using that. I wanted that blanket.
Oh,
I was
did you
getting ready to
really?
lean on it. But I don't need it, I guess. I'll stand up and get a different one. You guys both use dating apps. Tinder, blah, 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 whatever all the other ones are. I don't know. Been out of the game a little while. And you guys use it improperly. And all you do is bitch about it.
And that's not
on
true.
the side.
That's not
all I hear is, I never get enough likes. I can only get 5 people to match with me. Oh, I can't go on a date because they always back out on me.
None of those things have ever been said. None of those things have ever been said.
That's not true. Well, for Chad, it's definitely not true. For you, I can't pinpoint a time when you did this. However,
yeah, because I've never said those things.
However, all I'm saying is you both use the app significantly wrong.
In what way? In what way?
Would you say when you're on those apps, you're looking for someone in terms of a good match to actually date, or are you strictly going for the other thing?
Date.
Okay, so if you're going for a date, therefore, would you only swipe right on people that have a good bio, and B, you think are pretty?
Correct.
Right? Those are the two things.
Correct.
How many times, just an honest answer,
go ahead,
have you swiped right and not messaged them back?
So listen to me. No,
I don't want any of the BS.
I'm not going to do this. I'm not.
How many times? That's all I want to know. Then you can explain yourself.
Okay, you want me to say a number and then
what percentage?
How many times do I swipe right and then a message is never sent?
Correct.
By me.
Correct.
20% of the time.
20. So 80% of the time you message back.
Yes.
Okay. 20%. What percentage? So right now we have 20% where you just don't message back.
Correct.
What percentage do you unfollow?
I've never done that. I've done that like once or twice. Like like if somehow it was like, well, yeah, if it was somehow like, what was my thumb doing that day, you know? And you relook at it and you're like, what the heck?
Well, this is what I'm going to tell you.
That's happened. And I'm honestly like, oh, that had to have been a mistake. You ever on Instagram or something like that, and then you're on your regular feed, and there's something on your feed, and you're like, I don't follow this. And then you click on it, and you follow it somehow. It's like, okay, my thumb must have accidentally hit the follow button when I was on Explore page or something like that. It's like that on Tinder. Like that has happened to me once or twice.
Well, what I'm going to tell you is you may 80-20 is probably a good ratio compared to what Chad's is.
Yeah, Chad's is worse. And that's why when this happened the other day, you got so heated because you're used to it with Chad. This doesn't happen to me very often.
I got heated because I hate when people bitch about something.
And they do it
I wasn't
bitching.
People.
I wasn't
Chad is
bitching.
the epitome of a person who bitches so hard about, I don't have a match. I've only been on 3 Tinder dates, blah, 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 fucking blah. Like, that's how I have to say to him. Because he is the epitome. I bet you he's 50% I swipe right, and I'm going to unswipe because I messed up.
Yeah.
And then 40%,
his
and then the other 40%,
higher.
he's not messaging back, and he probably messaged 10%,
right.
which is absolute god-awful ratio.
Yeah, that just doesn't make sense.
And it's the same thing I'll say to you that I said. Delete the app. You guys don't use the app properly, just fucking get rid of it.
So,
no sense
I can't remember why you asked. Oh, no, I remember why you asked me. Why'd you ask me to delete the app the other day? Like,
you got a message from a girl, and you're like, is she attractive? And I was like, bro, you already swiped right. You already matched with this girl. If you don't think she's attractive now, then you're an idiot before. Delete the app. You're doing it wrong. Don't second guess yourself.
I'm going to hit you with something right now.
Hit me with it.
Did
she cancel all of her footage? Did she delete them all?
I will say this. So, and this is true. When I'm on Tinder and I'm swiping either right or left, I will say, obviously, like you said, you've been out the game, so you don't really know what it looks like, when you're on there.
I don't know Tinder very well. I know how you swipe right, and how you swipe left, and I know how you can look at multiple photos.
Exactly. But
I know most of the girls on there are what we, in our generation, would call thirsty.
Correct. What I would say is that, on average, I probably swipe right one in every 12 to 15 girls.
Are you going to give me the old Chad line? I swipe the wrong. I say no to 12 to 15 girls, and then every once in a while my vision gets a little blurry because I've been swiping no so much that this girl who's a kind of fringer now becomes a 9.
That's not what I'm going to say.
The small town effect.
It's kind of like that. Don't give me that. No, it's not that. It's not that. He has a point, because if you swipe left on 10, just, what's happening? And then you get a tweener, all of a sudden you're more accepting, right? But I don't make the exception. I want you to know that, okay? But
good, because if you do, that's when Chad gets that 80 to 90% of the unswipe. I didn't think you were attractive. Well, now you're just the asshole.
But I will say, a lot of my no replies are attributed to what the first line may have been.
Are you talking about like their message to you?
Yeah. Sometimes their message is just like, what? I didn't like that, and so it's just I'm not gonna reply.
What is
like a hey?
I have the oddest. I have the oddest one yet. Actually, I haven't told you this yet.
What do you mean you have the oddest one?
So I was at Black Butte Ranch.
Yeah.
And at the Black Butte Ranch, everyone was drinking, and Ryan Darling, one of our friends who never dates anybody, has a Tinder, and he gets a message from a girl.
Okay.
And the message from the girl was the creepiest, weirdest thing I've ever seen in my entire life. And I went along with it.
Now, was it scripted? What do you mean you went along with it? Oh, you guys were...
Like, he wanted me to take over for him, pre-conversation.
Okay.
And so, I don't know verbatim, but the message was, like, extremely weird, like, something along the lines of, like, if I went out in the wilderness and found X animal and killed it and had blood all over my hands, would you still give me a hug? Or something really weird. And I was like, what in the literal fuck is going on right now?
Okay.
Like, that is the weirdest thing I've ever seen in my life. Like, what in the hell?
Okay, continue.
And so, like, this went on, and she kept getting weirder and weirder. And the entire time I was just talking, like, Ryan, like, this girl's crazy. And then she finally goes, oh, that was my friend. We were, like, testing you. And I was like, that was the worst test in the world. You guys are idiots.
Oh, so he knew this person.
What? No. It was just a person on Tinder. And it was just the dumbest thing in the world. Like, it was a test as in her friend was testing Ryan.
Oh, so she came clean at the end and was like, oh, it's a joke the whole time. And he's like, okay.
The dumbest thing in the world. Well, he did. I said okay for him. Like, you need to get out of here.
Yeah.
This is weird. Like, you're weird. And I feel like there's some weird Tinder stories out there. Like, they're Tinder stories.
I have not had any.
You don't have one weird one?
No, zero one.
You've never gotten one message back, like the best pickup line? Nothing?
No. I mean, I've had.
What about you, Danielle?
Ones.
Any friends?
What?
Any weird Tinder stories from some friends?
I feel like I've heard some weird ones.
Like what? You gotta give me an example.
No, like I literally can't remember. Like
nothing?
I guess you guys, I can't think of anything. I feel like they always just show me the ones that, like the weird, just like, I don't even know how Tinder works.
Like, I'm so bad that if I was in the game, like,
girls always show me like the weird things that guys say, like when they match or whatever.
Yeah.
Like the weird like pickup lines they use.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I'm saying,
that's
I'm so out of the game.
One. I will say that's something that a lot of girls put in their bio.
You both are killing me right now.
Sorry, go ahead. Tell me.
Mid sentence, and you both interrupt me back to back on the same one.
It's just us. We're trying to talk.
It sounds like it's just you, but you guys will like talk and then completely stop for 5 seconds, and then you just want to keep going. All of a sudden, that's what I was talking.
Hey,
like
say what you want to say.
What is this? What is this? Figure your shit out. You want to talk?
Go ahead. You have the floor.
Because I have something I want to say.
Go ahead.
Okay.
I'm the kind of guy that now would be like, "Are you from Tennessee? Because you're the best 10 I see." Like that. That's how far out. That's the only pickup line I know. Like I'm that far out of this game.
I don't have anything better.
I got
You're
nothing.
not a baker because you've got nice puns.
Oh.
You have officially gotten yourself kicked off the podcast. Wow. That's our first ever bye boot. Wow. You're gone.
You guys are podcasting.
Yeah.
No, we just hold mics in front of.
Yeah,
our
we
faces.
just like talking with mics on our
know.
shirts
I'm
this entire time.
I didn't know. That's embarrassing.
You know who's.
Cut that part out. Edit
nope,
that
that's
part
staying in. That's a terrible pickup line, by the way. If you ever said that to a guy. Have you ever had a pickup line used on you? Because I have the best one.
Go ahead.
I have like the absolute best pickup line used on me.
Go ahead.
So good that I was speechless.
What's the bite in
your Subway shirt?
It was my Subway shirt. So I have.
Oh yeah. You told me this.
I was in 7th, 8th grade. I wasn't very old. I'm at a football game with my brother.
Yeah.
We're watching the Ducks, and they're just. It was one of the first games of the year. They're winning 49-0. It's halftime. My brother and I. It's like 95 degrees out, so it's hot. Mm-hmm. And we had parked at the mall and take the free shuttles over.
Right.
And so we were like, dude, let's just go back to the mall, get some food, go home. Like, this is a blowout. Like, no one's staying for the whole game because we were just killing them. Mm-hmm. So, when I get there, we go wait in line, and my brother wants Panda. And so we are in line, and this girl comes up to me and taps my shirt. Or taps like my back.
Yeah.
And just to give you an idea, my shirt was green and yellow, bright green with a yellow arrow pointing down that said $5 footlong. They made a Subway shirt for a while, right? And clearly we all know what it was pointing at.
So, no. Was this like a jokester Subway shirt? Or was it an actual Subway shirt?
Jokester, for sure, jokester.
Okay.
And it was in duck colors, and I thought it was the funniest thing in the world.
Right.
Someone else bought it for me, and I thought it was just so funny, right? So I wear it to the games every once in a while.
Yeah.
Well, this girl taps on my shoulder, midline, next to my older brother. Like, I can only imagine that this is an awkward time to do it, right?
Yeah.
Like, I couldn't tell you what she looks like. I know she was blonde,
Right.
and I know she was roughly my age. That's all I could tell you. Like, I don't know,
Okay.
right? She taps on my shoulder and goes, "Hey, you got change for a 10?" And I had no words. Like, I didn't understand. I couldn't comprehend at the time of what was taking place.
How long between when she said that did you realize, oh, she's referencing my shirt?
About 5 seconds.
Okay.
And in my response was, "No, I don't." And like probably the
Oh,
most
so you
awkward.
recognized what she was saying, and you still replied with a normal, no, I don't have change.
Have you ever just had that moment where you can't be an asshole, but at the same time, like, you don't have words to say,
Yes,
and so you
yes.
just comprehend it like
Yes.
that's what it's supposed to be?
Yeah, so you literally just uttered out
It also
a
happened.
normal
I
response.
mean, I've already told you the other story. It also happened to me when I was a cashier. I was a cashier, and I had this girl coming in looking for Cracker Jacks, and she had to be 5 years older than me, right? Like, she had to be, like, it wasn't even the same. Like, she looked much older than me, and she was looking for Cracker Jacks, and I was like, "Oh yeah, it's one of two spots. It's either this aisle or that aisle. So go ahead and check this out." And it was like right next to the cash register, and they weren't there. I was like, I'll take you to the other one, right? Walk down, show her, blah, blah, blah. Little tiny small talk, nothing crazy. And I was like, "Oh, yeah, come over here. I'll go ahead and scan you out right here." And as I do that, she goes, "Go ahead and write your number on that receipt." Then I'm getting ready to hand her. And instead of, like, realizing what happened, like, I'm like, "Oh, yeah, I write my number on everybody's receipt, right?" I'm going to write it on the back, hand it to her, and then all of a sudden I realized, like, oh, shit. That was like a pickup line,
that
and I
just
had no
happened,
idea
yeah.
it was happening. And then I was like, and I pulled a Chad and you and was like, I can never message that girl back. Like, that's what I was saying.
No, that's not a me. Don't say that's a me.
Oh yeah, that's the you and Chad.
That's not.
It's you and Chad. So like those are like, but I feel like you get shell shocked in the moment. Like you don't know quite what's going on.
Oh yeah, 100%.
You know what I mean? Like
It
you don't know how to
it
take
caught
it.
you so off guard that you didn't want to like verbally show that you were trying to process it, so you just like kept going.
Yeah, you're like, oh
Normal
yeah.
response would be yes to do that.
Girls
So I'm just
asking me
gonna
this
do it.
all the time.
Yeah.
I know how to write my number on the back of the receipt.
Yeah.
Here you go,
Yeah,
babe.
yeah.
Like, no, I had no idea what I was doing.
Yeah.
First time that's ever happened to me. That's for damn sure. Like,
So was it like 1 minute after you were like, oh, what just happened?
so
like
I mean,
later
I
that day?
grew up working with like my best friends at
Yeah.
this place, right? So I had like 3 really good friends there,
Yeah.
and one of them was the other checker, and he came over to me and was like, "Bro, you gave that girl your number. You're all," and I was like, "Dude, I don't know what just happened," and I was like, "Yeah, I don't know what to say right now." He's like, "That's awesome, dude." I was like, "I think she was like probably like 22, dude. Like, I'm 16.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I probably shouldn't be giving that girl my number." And I'll never forget. I did get a message from her.
And you never replied.
Never replied. You wanna know what it was?
Sup?
It was about 4 days later.
She said just ate
Oh
the
no,
Cracker
it was the
Jacks.
booty call. Oh, it was a booty call. 4 days later,
She said I have some Cracker Jacks.
my
for you?"
last day in town. I'm getting ready to leave. It was
Yeah.
like Thanksgiving time. Getting
Yeah.
ready to leave. Last day in town. You want to come hang out?
Uh-huh.
And I just never sent anything back. Deleted the text and just moved on with my day.
Now, if she would have said my Cracker Jack box is empty, come fill it, would you have replied?
I'm gonna be honest with you. That right there would have terrified me. That would have told me she's older than 20.
Right.
Because no 18-year-old has the balls to say that. You know, that is an experienced woman who is. I mean, she could have been a cougar at that point. Like, that could have been a parent
Yeah.
hitting on the young stallion at the you know, like, I want nothing to do with that.
What was that other thing we were talking about?
Oh, I know exactly what you're talking about. The other thing that we were that like kind of got brought up that we were like, oh, we should talk about that
Yeah.
on the cast, and just like, no more, can't talk about it. Kind of like how we do all the time,
Yeah.
you know, like don't want to talk to you about it. That way we don't get any vibes. But that's something we got to bring up. Old people.
Yes.
And what I want to talk about old people is there's no middle ground. You know what I mean? There's no middle ground of nice or just straight bitchy. You either get the biggest asshole or the biggest bitch, who's an old person.
Yeah, I agree.
Who thinks they're entitled and the greatest thing that's ever stepped on the earth.
Yes.
And how all these youngins are the worst people
Yes.
in the entire world. I hate these millennials. Or you get the really cool old
Yeah,
people,
sometimes you get the cool ones where they're just super nice. They're chill, But you're right. It's either that or they're just an absolute tool bag.
Oh, and they're the
Everything
worst.
pisses them off. They're just
worst.
mad at the world. If everything doesn't go their old person way, they're pissed.
What do you remember of Judy day one moving into the house?
Okay, so this is what
I
happened.
want your Judy story.
It's the same as yours. I'm
No,
saying.
but I want your point of view.
So we're moving in. It's literally day one of us moving into this new house. We're in the garage, like unpacking
And
stuff.
who's here?
It's me, it's you, and one of your buddies, and his dog.
Okay. And what time? Like 7 o'clock, right?
Yeah,
It's early.
7 a.m.
Okay.
or something like that. He had just got here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, he had just got here to help us, right?
Mm-hmm.
She comes over. We're in the garage. The garage door's open. She walks up the driveway. Doesn't like introduce herself or anything like that. She comes over and the first thing out of her mouth is, "Hey, do you guys have dogs?" That because she sees them. She sees them running around, but yet she's asking if we have them. Okay, you see
Well,
something.
we only have one dog at this point.
Well, yeah. Oh yeah, it was just Bailey, huh?
It's just his
Yeah,
dog.
It's just his dog.
Who
His
came
dog.
here at 7
His dog,
a.m.
not our dog. Okay. She comes over and she's asking if we have dogs. So we're like, what's up? And she's like, well, we had a bunch of dogs like barking in the middle of the morning-ish, like just wee hours of the night and stuff like that. And she's like, I just want you to know, like, I don't like dogs. Like, I can't deal with dogs.
Yeah, and she put it on. Like,
Yeah,
she was
yeah,
like,
yeah,
no,
yeah.
it
And
was
it's
your
kinda-
dog's. Like, she didn't believe us that my dog wasn't there.
Yeah, right. Because obviously there's a dog running around now, so it does look a little incriminating, It looks like there's something up. But, yeah, we're like, okay, like, I get what you're saying, but, like, this dog just got here. This dog wasn't here last night. Obviously, an old lady's not going to believe a couple kids in her eyes. She probably thinks she was lying to her face. But then, like, after that, probably the fifth thing out of her mouth was, oh, and I'm Judy, and I'm next door. And then she walked off.
Well, and she had
Wearing the same
she
plaid
stayed there
shirt that she wears every day of her life.
Blue and white.
Well, she's great. She has a green and white one too.
Oh, she has a green and white one, probably a red and white one too.
Yeah, probably.
But God, she's the worst.
Dude, she
but I'll never
sucks.
forget that moment because she came over and in my face, I don't like dogs, and these dogs were keeping me awake.
First of all,
man,
if you don't like dogs, sick. If you don't like dogs, fine. You're entitled in your opinion. Guess who doesn't need to know that you don't like dogs?
anyone,
Anyone.
especially
Anyone
the neighbors
doesn't need to
who
know.
have two dogs who don't like you.
Right. Like,
And then to keep bagging on bitch Judy so everyone can hate her as much as we do. Then I have the guy working on her backyard who has to put the wheelbarrow up. Oh my God, he's putting so much pressure on our power line or on our sewage line. If he breaks it, you're paying for it, and I'm not willing to pay for that. So you better not let him do that. He better go all the way around. Like, bitch, it's the sidewalk.
I know.
Like, you realize they're on the city sidewalk right now?
yeah.
Like, you're trying to tell me to not have someone do that?
No,
Are
dude,
you
hey, it's her sidewalk in front of her house, man. She takes care of that.
That's her sidewalk.
Yeah,
she owns
it's her-
that shit.
she
It's
owns
part
that
of her
sidewalk.
land.
She sweeps it every day, and she
Oh.
doesn't want any weird pressure on the concrete or anything like that. She
Yeah.
doesn't want to create a crack and then trip on it.
Why would we put pressure on concrete with a wheelbarrow full of sod?
I know.
I can't imagine. I was the biggest idiot. I should not have put 300 pounds on concrete.
Yeah, you shouldn't have done that.
That's a terrible thing of me to do.
That's just not
Concrete's brittle. Why would I do that?
I don't know.
Man, she's
That's
so
what-
much smarter than I
That's
am.
what she's asking.
So much smarter than I am.
Anyways,
She's so much loved too. Everyone loves her. Every neighbor.
Since then, let me ask you this: was it her that also did that one thing with the mailbox, or was that someone else?
Oh no, that was her right when
That
we
was
moved
her,
in
right?
and
Yeah,
we were
yeah,
moving
yeah.
all of the stuff from
Yeah,
the
it was
car.
later that
And
day.
we're parked in front of our own
We're
mailbox.
making multiple trips back and forth between the old place and the new place. Bringing who knows what over. We got a bunch of vehicles at this point, like 2 trucks and 2 cars, right? And I think it was my car. I can't remember. It was either mine or yours.
It was yours.
But for the sake of saving time and less walking trips, carrying a lot of stuff, we parked in front of our own mailbox because it would have been an easier trip to take stuff out of the back of my car and carry it through the garage, right? She comes over to us and is telling us how we can't park in front of our own mailbox because you can't block a mailbox.
If they come and they try to deliver mail at 8 o'clock at night, then they're not going to be able to, and then people count on their mail and they rely on it.
Yeah. And let me clear this up. This wasn't a I'm helping you out type situation. This wasn't her saying, "Oh, by the way, I just want to let you guys know. I'm not sure if you knew this, but just like so you know, you might not get mail today. Like if the guy comes by while you're blocking it, because I just want to let you know that. Like if you don't care, cool. But like if you want to get mail, you might just want to, like if you see him, maybe move your car or something like that." She wasn't helping us out. No, that was her like taking offense to the fact that our mailbox was blocked because she likes the cul-de-sac of 9 mailboxes to be completely bare at all times, and she's got a sensor that goes off in her mind if one's blocked or something like that.
Oh, and I feel so bad for Brad.
Yeah.
The husband, Brad, is on the opposite end of the spectrum.
On the opposite end. Which is also rare because normally they work together. They're either both
they're Tweedledee and Tweedledum together.
Yes.
Oh, man,
but
he's great.
Dude, he's the nicest guy ever.
Like, remember when I went and mowed his front and backyard?
Yeah.
And it was after he had back surgery, and he was walking like he was Quasimodo.
Right.
Oh, actually, I'm like, he was worse than Quasimodo. He looked like he was trying to pick up something from the ground all day, every day.
He was, his back was parallel to the ground.
Yeah, 100%.
He was a 90-degree angle.
He was a 90-degree angle. He was a walking 90-degree angle. Yeah. And I thought I had a bad limp / bad back / bend in an odd walk, especially before surgery.
Right.
Nowhere near this. No. Like, we're talking scoliosis.
We're talking bad.
If I decided to break his spine and bend him forward, it was not good. So, I felt bad for the guy. Like, oh, he's getting back surgery. I should probably just go mow his lawn one day.
Right.
So I went mowed his lawn, did the nice thing. And like 8 months later, now he's walking and good. Sex. I said 6 months later. But like 6, 8 months, whatever it was.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, I still owe you for mowing my lawn. It's like, dude, I mowed your lawn.
He's also just always in a good mood too. I haven't caught him in a
always says hi.
He's always saying hi from so far away
everything.
and just so like happy.
He's the guy you buy a house from.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like he's an ex-realtor. Like, I buy a house from Brad.
Yeah.
But if Judy was the one offering me cookies, sorry, Brad. Fuck off. That's what I have to say. I don't want anything to do with it.
I'm taking those cookies and I'm flipping that plate up in her face.
Oh, I want nothing to do with it.
No, I'm not flipping it in her face. I'm smacking it on the ground because I want her to
the devil.
Look at the
He's an angel.
The cookies on the ground. Huh? Yeah.
Devil angel. Yeah. I don't know how they.
So my question is this: she's like that all the time? She's got to be like that all the time.
There's no way.
There's no way behind closed doors she's like normal.
She has to be. She's got to be the worst all the time. I don't know how he puts up with it.
I don't either. He doesn't deserve that.
No, and it's funny because he talks to me all the time about how much he loves dogs, and how he can't have one because she just absolutely hates them.
Yeah.
But it's like, isn't it weird how you get it's either nice or just absolutely.
Yeah, I don't get that.
Why is it the opposite ends of the spectrum?
I don't know. I mean, both of us, speaking from experience, we've both worked retail jobs to the point where you see a lot of people.
Old people in retail, man, they just don't know what the fuck they're doing.
Yeah, I agree, especially with the type of retail we were working. And old people are a frequent customer. They're the majority of the customers that come through doors are going to be old people looking for some help.
Yeah, I mean, because nowadays you have YouTube and Google that you can walk you through.
You can always, anything that's going to be
use that.
Tech related, and they don't know what that is / can't use it even if they did. And yeah, there's something about them whether they're either in that mindset of pissed because it's not working and it's everybody else's fault, or just extremely nice and they recognize the fact that they're not an expert, that's why they're there, getting help from you. But I will say, if I were to count on my hand how many times I've gotten in what you would consider an altercation, I guess, or just not a pleasant interaction, 9 times out of 10 it's gonna be with an old person. Just
you remember that one time I told that man he needed to stop being so damn stubborn?
Yeah, I do remember that.
Oh, man.
I remember we were at the gym, and you were telling me that story.
There are people in this world that change is the worst thing,
and 100%.
And I'm not one of those people.
No, you're not.
I'm not. And there are a lot of people in this world that
there are a lot of people that get comfortable. If there's something that works, they do not want that to change.
And in my head, I just can't picture why. Like,
I don't know either. I don't know if they just suck so much that they're scared to change because they don't have confidence in their own intellect to be able to figure things out, and or maybe they're just lazy. They're like, I don't want to have to put an effort of learning something new. I don't want it to change.
I know people who are so stubborn that like drive a stick, and you could offer them 5-year newer car, the same vehicle, automatic, 5 years newer, way less miles, just a whole bit, just way better vehicle, worth $5,000 more.
Yeah.
Like, hey, I'll give you this car straight up. We're just gonna do a nice swap. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
they'd be like, nope, I need that stick. I've been driving stick for 45 years, and I'm gonna continue doing it. Keeps me on my toes. Like, dude, you're an idiot. What? Like, you are dumb. Or like the guy who comes in.
You are dumb.
Just straight up, you are dumb. Like the guy who comes in and tries to get TV, as we sold DirecTV.
Yeah.
I'm not going to sit here and say it's the best or whatever. But if you tell me you watch 3 channels, I have the same 3 channels, and I can save you $110 a month, and you go, nah, I don't want those people coming out to my house. No,
Like,
I'm going to keep what I currently got. It's like, bro.
So
You
think
are
about that.
dumb.
Think about that. They are weighing 2 options on a scale. One is saving money.
$110 a month.
Saving money,
know
whatever
what I
the
mean?
amount is. You're literally saving money.
Or having
the
a
other
guy there
option
for
is
2 hours.
having to go through change.
And you're willing to just, nope, I don't need a G a year. Nope, don't need it. I'd rather not go through the change. Like that, right? It just doesn't hit me. It doesn't.
Like, what's the reason?
It doesn't go through my head well. I don't get it.
Yeah, I don't get it.
I mean, I know you had multiple of those customers.
Oh, 100%, dude. All the time. That might be the number one objection.
I don't want to change it. I don't want to go through it.
And that can apply to anything. It doesn't have to be just that. It can apply to anything. Yeah, I don't get that. But you're going to see that most of the time with old people because that's going to be your classic stubborn old person line.
You're not wrong. I mean, and that's the best / worst interactions. I've had old people who are the absolute greatest people in the world to talk to. They come bring you cookies and brownies and, oh, you treated me so well and I just wanted to bring you this. And every Christmas they're bringing you treats, they love you.
Yeah.
And they're the most loyal, greatest customers in the world. And then their best friends can just be the fucking worst.
I know. It's something they get along.
And it's just, it doesn't, I don't have asshole friends because they're not my friends anymore if they're that way. You know what I mean? Because I just want to get along with them.
Right.
If they treat someone else like that, it's
There's
like,
no
it's going to come out of me.
There's no exceptions being made.
And,
it's not like
how does that work for old
you have
people?
your asshole friends section and then your good friends section. It's like, no. There's one
I need them all to be coincide.
Yeah.
If they can't coincide, whoever I like the least is out.
Leaving. Yeah, someone's leaving.
They're gone.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like Bachelor. You get a rose, you don't. You didn't get along with the rest of them. Sorry, what's his name? Luke P. Sorry, Luke P. You out of here. Your personality sucks to everyone else. Maybe I like it, but you're out of here.
Let me ask you this. Because I don't think we've ever talked about this. But it's something that I'm curious about.
Okay.
And I'm going to anticipate that you actually don't care. Are you a toilet paper over or under type of guy?
Oh, are you talking about like on the roll, the knob?
When it's on the spool, yeah. Because I care about this.
You care.
If it's not what I want it to be, I will switch it the second I notice it. Every single time.
What if it's not your house? What if you go to a friend's house and they have it on the way you don't want it to be?
I'm going to be honest. I don't take a lot of shits at friends' houses, so I don't think I look at the toilet paper very often.
Okay. But if you did, for some reason, you had to.
If I did, if it's a close friend, yeah, I'll change it.
100%?
Yeah.
No cares.
No care.
Okay. I mean, I guess preference would be under.
Okay, tell me why.
Let me think. No, it's got to be over. Easiness of spool, like the easiness to unspin it, I guess would be it. The only negative to it is when you have too big of a roll, and if you have one of those indent ones where it's like where it's going to touch, something, and you have it over like that, it's going to naturally break more, and that's when it would be a negative. That's why I really don't care, because I feel like there's positives on both, and you know what I mean. Like, I either way, shape, or form, there's good and bad when it comes to it. So I would say that I'm an under guy for the first, 10 spools, and then over is fine. But
so for
either
me,
way, don't care.
For me, it's for sure over.
Okay, why is that?
The reason, I think one, is because growing up, that's how it always was. Just naturally.
What, Mom?
Well, no, we had like our own bathroom that me and my siblings shared when we were growing up. But yeah, I'm assuming that like the first time that the toilet paper was ever put on the roll, it was put on over, and then we all just paid attention to that, and then just always did it the same way, you know?
It's crazy to me.
But also, I feel like the wrist ergonomics when the toilet paper spools over is better for you than under. I
Interesting.
feel like there's a lot of reaching.
So you feel like it truly matters.
Yeah,
That's crazy to me.
it truly matters to me.
That is absolutely crazy to me that someone truly cares that much about it. That you'd actively.
I'm not
change
saying
it.
it's going to keep me up at night. If it's
It's
not.
not-
I'm not going to bed.
I don't know. Like,
Like, if I see it under and I don't switch it, I'm not going to bed like, oh, I got to get up and switch that before I fall asleep because I can't without it. I'm not saying that, but...
God, I really like that Jimmy kid. He's a good kid, but puts his toilet paper the wrong way. He's a
I just don't know if I
douchebag
can
now.
be friends with him anymore.
I don't know if I've ever met anyone who actually cares about it. Like, I had no idea you cared about it, and I live with you.
I know. Well, we haven't really talked about it.
I mean, we shared the bathroom.
And that's why I knew you weren't going to care. Because you can't have two people that both care about it and somehow both go unnoticed. One of them's got to not care if you're never going to have a conversation about it, you know?
Oh, I'm really curious to know. Did you ever just change it because I put it on wrong?
I'm sure I did. I'm sure I did many times.
I feel like you're the lazy guy who doesn't put it on the spool when you run out. You'll just leave it sitting there on the counter. Because I always put it back on the spool. And if you want to talk about the thing that is the pet peeve for me more than anything, it's the motherfucker who finishes the roll of TP on the roll, grabs a new one, and just sets it on the counter. The
That's what I
motherfucker
do.
throw away the goddamn thing and put it back on like a fucking real adult.
All right.
Danielle never puts it on.
Really?
Oh, impossible. Runs out of it.
Now, let me ask you this. Would you rather the toilet paper be replaced, just not put on the roll? Or would you rather it not be replaced at all?
Well, that's a
Because
stupid
what's
question.
worse, or is there anything worse than
Taking a
shitting?
fat Duke and then all of a sudden nothing's
Yeah.
there.
Have you ever done that and then no one's home?
Yeah, and I shower. I immediately go, I'm disgusting. I have
have
to
to.
shower.
You have to.
There's no playing it off.
Hey, have you ever tried a bidet?
No, is it nice?
I've never.
I mean, I would think a bidet would be cool, but at the same time, wouldn't you think a bidet would kind of be weird?
I feel like it would be weird because then it's like, I don't know. I'm just not. I don't know how wet the butthole gets.
Oh.
Like,
What do you do post wetness?
What do you mean wipe?
Yeah, but like I don't
You
know
gotta
about
wipe
you,
twice. You gotta wipe twice.
but see, this is what I'm gonna
You
tell
gotta
you.
wipe like a normal person, then you sit on the bidet, you get it nice and wet, and then you re-wipe.
Whoa. You wipe then bidet then wipe?
Yes.
You don't poop bidet then wipe.
No, because all you're doing. No. And if you think about it, I'm not gonna go into too much detail. If you think about it, that can't be done.
No. I want to know where you're at.
You're
I wanna know where your head's
telling
at.
me you're going dirty beehole straight to the water? Let me ask you this, bud. If you are gonna go mop the floor,
Okay.
and the floor's littered with a layer of dust, or not dust, let's say crumbs.
Oh,
Are you gonna
you're
sweep up the
sweeping.
crumbs and then mop, or are you gonna mop the crumbs?
No, you're gonna sweep them up.
There you go. You're gonna get
So
you're gonna get the surface layer off, and then you're gonna go over there for some scrub.
So my asshole's like the kitchen floor.
Yes. That has some.
The mop is the bidet.
Yes.
It's a good
The
analogy.
toilet paper is the
It's a
sperm.
good analogy.
Oh, it is a great analogy. I just nailed that.
That is spot on. Should be used in textbooks. Like if a kid has a question on
just
how
dictionaries.
the appropriate way to use a bidet,
Yeah.
your instructions should be written like that.
You just go to the thesaurus and it says bidet, synonyms. It's like that time when you're sweeping and then mopping. That would be what comes up.
It's absolutely wonderful.
It's a great analogy.
Absolutely wonderful. I'm thoroughly impressed with coming off the top of your head. You reference my asshole as a kitchen floor,
Anyway,
and I couldn't be more proud of you.
Anyway, are you curious about it?
Curious about what?
Using a bidet.
yeah, I'd want to know if it's like quality. Like a lot of people talk very highly about it.
They do.
You know what I mean? It's not like you get a guy with a bidet. It's like, oh, bidet is overrated. When someone brings up a bidet, it's like, oh, life changing. I carry one around with me in my trunk.
Right.
Like it's like that is like the cool shit to do or something. Like, you know what I mean? Like we just haven't got to experience this amazing crave.
I think like the best ones are separate.
No. People
Separate
talk about
things.
bidets like cavemen talked about making freaking the very first flame.
Like it was the
Like, oh, bidet! You know, like it's the greatest thing in the entire world. Everyone needs a bidet. Like, that's how people talk about bidets. I've heard multiple people rave, like, oh my God, it's the greatest thing in the world. And I've never obviously tried it, so I can't really be like, dude, you're
right.
way over your head on this. Like, you're wrong. I can't say that, you know? I don't really know.
Yeah. I'm very curious.
Why would it be so nice? Okay, answer me this.
Because I think the water.
No, I got one.
The water's warm.
Answer me this. Have you ever wiped, walked away, and 2 minutes later you're like,
I didn't do a good job.
I did a good job.
Yeah.
I either am gonna sit here and hate myself for the next hour until I forget about it.
Pun intended. I have half-assed a wipe. If that's what you're asking, I've half-assed it, and then you think to yourself, now have you ever thought to yourself and gone back and done something about it?
Yes. 100%. And that moment is when I walk, and it's like, doesn't feel right. Something's wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Gotta go back. I gotta fix this because I'm not gonna go all day with this weird feeling. And so 100% I have said to myself.
That's also another time where a shower is contemplated in your head.
Oh.
If you have time for it, it might be cause for it.
100%.
Because basically, the second that you close the gates that are your butt cheeks, in terms of getting up.
You got some good now, like butt cheeks and gates.
Yeah.
This better be a good one. Don't.
As soon as you close that gate, some problems can arise if the debris was not cleared. It's like a traffic jam.
Such as? I'd much rather you get into detail with this.
I wouldn't. I think we're good.
No, I think we're definitely on to something here.
I think we're good. Let me ask you this: do you like? What about a heated toilet seat?
Oh, see, it would only be cool for about 5 minutes. And what I mean by that is right when you wake up and it's middle of winter, it's probably pretty nice to have a nice cool or a nice warm toilet seat. So you're not sitting on an icicle. But let's be real, I'm a heater. My ass heats that seat up so fast
I agree.
that it's like, don't really care. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I'm going to get over it real quick.
If anything,
honestly, you want to know what would be better than toilet seat? The back of the seat. If I want to rest my back, and that shit's icicles, and that ain't heating up quickly.
That's
like if
a good
anything,
idea, actually,
if anything, we just came up with $1 million idea. Just the whole toilet just needs to be heated.
Heat the back part of this toilet.
Yeah,
seat.
because
Make that
that's
whole
honestly
thing.
the worst part.
Also, how come arms on a toilet seat have never been a thing? Can you
Holy
imagine
shit.
arms on a toilet?
I mean, let's just make an office chair but toilet seat version.
Yeah, why not?
We can get lumbar support. We have a lot of things we could work with that. I think we might have just.
Let me ask you this:
Yeah.
are you an elbow on the knees guy?
Not always, but I have.
Yeah. Do you ever do that for a little too long?
Then you get the nice imprints.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Guess how that would be avoided? Arms on a toilet seat.
Oh, dude, and
got
you
somewhere to
and
put
you
your
know
arms?
you
You
know
don't have
the
to-
exact way we could talk about that.
Yeah, right there.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Ooh, have you ever heard of the potty helpers?
Yeah, those things where it's like a little step stool that
Yeah, you put your feet up.
It's technically better for your colon.
Oh, it's way better, and you actually release it all.
Yeah.
What is that something that you'd be like? Oh yeah, I'd use that.
Yeah, I've tried it.
Yeah, you've tried it. It works.
So I haven't
Cleaner poops.
I haven't tried an official one.
Does it come out smoother?
I haven't tried an official one, but like, there's been just like stuff on the bathroom floor. In my life.
Can
where I'm
we
like,
fix that?
what do you mean?
When we're talking about shitting
Yeah.
and stuff on the bathroom floor, I just feel like someone missed, and
No,
I don't
no.
want that. saying. That's all.
A little, little crate or some sort of
you make your own
accessory. Yeah, you make your own. You see it right there. It's the perfect height. Kick your feet up on it, and it makes the job a nice little easier.
So you're telling me you've made your own?
Yeah.
That
in the heat of the moment.
Might be one of the most baller things I've ever heard. Heat of the moment, kick the feet up.
Heat of the moment, you see it's the perfect height. You're like, oh, why don't I just put my feet on top of this and try it out, see what it's like? Because I had heard that before and never tried it, and then when I did, I was like, oh yeah.
And you're just like, I want to create the best dump possible.
Yeah, exactly.
That's interesting. And it was like...
It wasn't groundbreaking. Like, I wasn't
Oh,
amazed.
it wasn't?
No.
See, I feel like that's another thing that people talk about as this groundbreaking...
Yeah, I agree.
something everyone's got to have. You know what I mean?
Maybe it wasn't optimal height. I don't know. But I did notice a difference.
Noticed it better than... Okay.
Better than normal.
It was better than normal, but not
Yeah.
something you had to have.
Yes.
Would you buy one on your own for $20?
No.
You would not purchase your own for $20?
No, because I mean, you can do that yourself. You literally just need something to put your feet on that's about 9 inches to a foot tall. You don't need to go buy that step stool. You can literally just put your feet on anything.
What is that brand called? The exact one I'm talking about. Was it not on
I don't know.
Shark Tank?
I think it was.
Like the Toilet Doctor or something?
Yeah.
I don't know. I have no idea what it's called, but a lot of people...
stool?
What is it?
I was just gonna...
What was that weird dump stool? I really hope the term was not dump stool.
Double meaning right there.
Oh, I didn't know quite where you were going with that. That's not bad.
I know.
Not your best, but
Or you
not
could call it
bad.
stool.
If that doesn't exist, we created it.
I know.
Like 1000%, we just created it. The stool.
Mm-hmm.
We're on to something.
That's $1 million idea.